There comes a time in every person's life when questions rise in the stillness of the night. We ask, Lord, when will I find the one you've chosen for me? Am I truly seen? Have I been forgotten? And yet, if you listen closely, not with your ears, but with your spirit, you will hear a whisper from heaven. The person ready to marry you has already been chosen. You see, God is not the author of confusion. He is the designer of purpose. Long before you knew what love was, long before you felt the ache of loneliness, He had already written your story. Heaven is not scrambling to find someone for you. Angels are not searching in panic. No, your union has already been marked in eternity. The person destined to walk beside you is not chosen by chance, but by divine calling. While you're growing, they're growing. While you're healing, they're healing. While you're learning how to pray, they're learning how to lead. The one who will love you with the heart of Christ is not running away from you. They are being prepared for you. There is a truth that often slips quietly into the hearts of those who are waiting, praying, and hoping for a godly partner. The one ordained to walk beside you in covenant has already been chosen. Long before you prayed your first prayer about marriage, long before you felt the ache of loneliness or questioned if anyone would ever see you the way God sees you, the decision had already been made in the throne room of heaven. You are not an afterthought, and neither is your future spouse. The God who numbers the stars and calls them each by name is the same God who has already written your name next to someone else's in a divine story yet to unfold. This is not fantasy. This is the providence of a God who knows the end from the beginning and writes every chapter with precision. When the angels watch your life, they are not anxious. They do not scramble to find someone for you when you cry yourself to sleep or wonder if the wait will ever end. They are not operating under panic. Instead, they witness heaven's peace in motion because they stand in the presence of the one who has already assigned your partner. They know the pairing has been appointed, not improvised. This truth should bring rest to your soul. You're not lost in a crowd of millions. You are seen, known, and paired in the mind of God. The person ready to marry you is not a distant dream. They are a living soul, already walking their journey, growing in character, learning obedience, and preparing their heart, just as you are preparing yours. And though you may not yet know their name or see their face, God has. He has whispered your name over them in prayerful silence, nudging them toward growth, pruning them for purpose, leading them away from what's false and into what's holy. This isn't about waiting for perfection. It's about waiting for God's timing. The person chosen for you will not be perfect, but they will be perfect for the assignment you both carry together. Heaven does not pair based on preferences. It pairs based on calling. There is a reason your soul craves more than physical attraction. It's because your spirit was designed to recognize divine alignment. It's easy in seasons of delay to believe the lie that you've been forgotten or overlooked. It's tempting to compare your journey with those around you, to measure your worth by how many proposals you receive or how quickly others find love. But God's ways are higher than our ways. His timetable is not your enemy, it's your protection. What you call nothing happening may actually be everything falling into place. You may think you are behind schedule, but you're not behind. You're being preserved. Heaven's calendar doesn't bend to culture's pressure. And while you wait, you must understand this: you are not missing out. You are being set apart. The angels say the person ready to marry you has already been chosen, not so you can sit in passive hope, but so you can rise in confident preparation. You do not need to strive, chase, or manipulate. You need to trust, obey, and align. The person coming into your life is not just coming with a ring, they're coming with purpose. This kind of marriage will not just satisfy emotion, it will fulfill mission, it will serve the kingdom, it will magnify Christ, and so it cannot be rushed. Some may say, but what if they miss me? What if we never meet? Friend, how can they miss you when the same God guiding your steps is guiding theirs? How can they lose what heaven has secured? The angels are not whispering uncertainty. They are declaring alignment. They do not say, "We hope it works." They say, "It is already written." Your future is not dependent on luck. It is secured by love, God's love. So even when you don't feel chosen, know that you are being protected. Even when nothing seems to be moving, heaven is still working. And the one who is ready to marry you, chosen not just by desire, but by divine decree, is on their way, drawn by the hand of a sovereign God who never makes a mistake. In the divine orchestration of life, there is a hidden process often overlooked by those eager for love, the sacred period of preparation. Before God introduces you to the one He has chosen, He begins a quiet work within you. It is during this time, this in-between season, that heaven is not only preparing you, but also preparing the one destined to walk alongside you. Love ordained by God is not accidental. It is the product of alignment, obedience, and spiritual readiness. Just as a seed must be buried before it breaks through the soil, so too must your heart be rooted deeply in God before it can bloom in covenant with another. Preparation is not punishment, it is protection. Many people seek love before they seek healing. They long for connection before they understand covenant. But a relationship blessed by heaven must be built on something more than feelings. It must be founded on maturity, character, and purpose. The one God is preparing for you is not standing still. They are being shaped by seasons, trials, and prayers, just like you. They are learning how to lead, how to serve, how to love with purity, and how to obey even when it's difficult. And so are you. Two people walking in alignment with God will always meet at the right intersection where timing and purpose collide. The waiting period often feels like silence. It can feel like isolation or rejection. But the truth is, silence is not absence. It is God's workshop. It is the space where He chisels away what doesn't belong, sharpens what has dulled, and plants what will one day bear fruit. What you think is a delay is really a divine classroom. Every unanswered question, every lonely night, every season where doors seemed closed was not wasted. It was preparation. And preparation always comes before the promise. There are things God wants to do in your life before you say, "I do." He wants you to know who you are in Him. He wants to break off cycles of insecurity, bitterness, and fear. He wants to teach you how to trust Him completely. If you enter marriage expecting your partner to heal what only God can, you will place a weight on them they were never meant to carry. The person you marry will not complete you. They will complement the complete work God has already started in you. Marriage is not the beginning of your identity. It is a continuation of the purpose God already placed in your life. The same truth applies to the one you are waiting for. They too are on a journey. Perhaps right now they are walking through fire that will refine their faith. Maybe they are learning how to be faithful with little before being trusted with much. Don't assume that just because you haven't met them yet, they are not being moved by God. Heaven operates in silence, but nothing is ever still. The angels are watching, guiding, protecting, and arranging every step so that when your paths cross, it won't be coincidence, it will be confirmation. One of the greatest mistakes people make is assuming that preparation is only for the single season. But preparation is lifelong. A godly marriage requires constant surrender, humility, and spiritual growth. So God, in His wisdom, begins that training early. He doesn't want you to meet at the wrong time with the right person. So sometimes He holds you back, not because you're behind, but because the moment must be right. He is aligning not just your emotions, but your assignments. You may not see the full picture now, but you can trust the hand that's painting it. The story being written in heaven is not ordinary. That is why the process is not rushed. God loves you too much to let you settle for less than what He has prepared, and when the time is right, you will look back and see how every closed door, every silent season, and every step of obedience was part of the preparation, not just for marriage, but for a union that reflects the heart of God There are moments in life that sting deeply when someone walks away, when love doesn't last, when a promise is broken. In those moments, it's easy to believe you've failed or missed out on something precious. But often what feels like rejection is actually redirection. When a person exits your life, it may not be because something went wrong, but because God in His mercy is protecting your future. He sees what you do not. He hears conversations you'll never hear. He knows motives hidden beneath the surface. And in His love, He removes what could destroy you later, even if it hurts now. Many people struggle to let go of relationships that were never meant to last. They hold on to memories hoping that time will rewind or that a person will change. But when someone walks away, it doesn't always mean you weren't enough. It may mean they were never part of the divine design. God doesn't waste relationships, but He does use them as preparation. Some people enter your life to teach you, to sharpen you, to reveal parts of yourself that need healing. And once their purpose is complete, their presence fades. It's not punishment, it's protection. We often pray for God's will, but then resist when His answer doesn't look like what we expected. We say, Lord, send the right person, but when He removes the wrong one, we grieve like we've been robbed. The truth is, you cannot embrace what's coming while still clinging to what's gone. Some rejections are actually rescues. Some doors closing are heaven's way of guiding you away from heartbreak that hasn't yet happened. You must learn to trust that when someone leaves, God is not subtracting, He's making room. Imagine the pain you were spared from that you'll never see. Imagine the nights of tears you never cried, the betrayal you never faced, the dreams that would have been crushed if that person had stayed. Rejection often looks like loss, but feels like freedom in hindsight. When you're connected to God, you can be confident that no one who walks away has the power to disrupt your destiny. The one God has chosen for you will not leave when things get hard. They will not manipulate your worth or play with your heart. They will stay, grow, lead, and love like Christ. That's why those who weren't called to your future couldn't stay in your present. It takes courage to walk away from someone who feels familiar. It takes faith to believe that something better is coming when all you feel is brokenness. But faith isn't about understanding every step. It's about trusting the one who orders your steps. God has never needed your approval to protect you. He doesn't consult your comfort when He's orchestrating your calling. So if someone has left you, if a relationship has ended, or if silence has replaced connection, don't assume it's because you weren't valuable. Often it's because God values you too much to let you settle. You were never